most people don't have a problem growing hair. They have a hair retention problem. I have a lot of people come sit down in my chair and are like,
oh my gosh, my hair just doesn't grow. My hair has always been this length. My hair has never grown.
And I just be confused because unless they have like a bald spot, a medical condition, or active hair loss, then more than likely their hair is growing. They just have a problem retaining the length. And it's really common. I think it's just not talked about enough, and that is why I am here to help you guys and give you guys information that I feel like is kind of gatekept, and I don't think it should be, because just like your skin, your hair is something that you live and deal with every day. And I feel like the simple knowledge of taking care of it and loving for it should be widely spread, especially for natural hair. And it wasn't even really talked about that much in school. So I feel like the research and the school and the countless amount of classes and time studying natural hair and natural hair, I want to give to you guys like the resources and guides that you guys can use at home. I also have a free healthy hair care guide. It will be linked down below. I definitely suggest that you guys check that out because it has lots of free tips. But these are the 5 common mistakes that people make. 5 common reasons that I see with people's hair not retaining length. If you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share this with somebody who needs to hear this as well. My name is Jordan Monique Janae. I'm an extension specialist and licensed cosmetologist. I'm here to help you guys know how to heal your hair at home. I'm the founder of Eve Hair Collective, and yeah, I'm for the girls. So let's get right into it. The first and number one thing, and anybody who sits in my chair knows, is trims. Are you trimming your hair? If you are somebody who's like, I'm not going to cut my hair because my hair doesn't grow, you're like all the way never going to get there, because your hair splits from the bottom up, right? So if it's splitting down here, mind you, this is on my hair. If it's splitting down here, and it's just going to keep splitting up and up. And this is just going to keep breaking, and it's just going to keep thinning, and it's just going to keep shedding, because it's just all bad. Mind you, your hair grows from the inside of your body down. So if you feel like you're not getting past a certain length, I think it's really you not wanting to get rid of the dead hair that has been through a lot. This is the oldest part, right? And you can see the split ends. You can feel the split ends. When you comb your hair out in the shower, and then after you go to style it outside the shower and it's back tangled up, that is a clear sign that your ends are just not, they're just going like this everywhere together, because they are just all split in all different ways. Mind you, our hair is already curly, so it's already going like this. But it should not be like going like that with a bunch of pieces on top of it going like that. It's just a mess. It's going to be a mess. When you comb your hair and it gets stuck, that's a sign. People, the midst of not getting your hair trimmed, the midst of us not needing haircuts, and don't go to that hairstylist because she can cut all your hair off. It was the hairstylist telling you, you need this cut off. I don't believe in cutting everybody's hair off. I don't believe in doing that to clients if that's not what they want to do, because I've seen some stylists do that, and I don't feel like that's right. I always talk to my client, and I always show them their hair and where I think they need to go. And if they don't agree with that, I'm going to tell them, okay, well, okay, we'll have the conversation. But I don't just cut everybody's hair off. But you do need to do that. If you really want to experience some real retention, some real hair growth, you need to cut the dead ends off, say goodbye to them. But you can do it gradually and get a layered haircut. You can keep coming in, maybe instead of every like 12 weeks, you can come in like every 6 to 8 to get them trimmed more often. But not getting your hair trimmed is just it's not going to help you as much as you think it. I mean, maybe I want to say there's nobody in the world who's never gotten a haircut whose hair isn't long, but I wouldn't think that it's like super full from the root to tip. Perfect, because your hair splits just from touching it. Your hair splits just from combing it, and it's just called mechanical damage. This is the oldest part of your hair. It's been through the most. It's been through the most ponytails. It's been through the most slept on. It's been through the most washes. So just keeping up with it, maintenance wise, those are trims. But the splits are inevitable. Splits are going to happen. You can minimize how much you get by, like, of course, low maintenance hairstyles. I wouldn't say the braids, but like the knotless braids. I don't know what those do to the ends, but some of them, my clients be coming back and their ends be chewed. But low manipulation, low maintenance hairstyles definitely help. Being very, you know, considerate with your hair. But don't skip out on a trim. Do not skip out on a cut that you need. If you can see through the ends, if you can feel that it's smooth and then it gets frizzy and funky, your silk press is never going to look good. Like, it's a lot that goes into it. We can't see it when it's curly. That is something that is probably the number one reason. When our hair is curly, we can't really tell because it's just like, girl, this is just my hair. And it's just, our hair is just, you know, our hair is beautiful, but you can't tell like you could if you had straight hair, I feel like, because when it's straightened, you can really, 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 really see it. But when it's curly, it's like, even if my hair was completely healthy, if I slept without a bonnet on, it's gonna be tangled again in the morning. So that's not like as clear of a sign for us. So, but when you go to get that flat iron, you go to get that press, you go see a professional stylist, they're gonna tell you this gotta go, and they're not lying. They're not lying. It's gonna grow back. It grows from here. This don't grow. This does not grow. I don't know if people think that it does, but it doesn't. Number 2. You are sleeping in them buns and in them ponytails. You are getting them done to keep them in for 5 to 7 business days. Ponytail, that tight gripping ponytail. I know it'd be snatched, and I can't talk like this is my second ponytail from for this year because my first one was for Easter. But it is with the satin scrunchie. It's not that tight. I didn't like use a bunch of sprays and gels, and I put like some hairspray, brushed it up, and this is that. And I'm not going to sleep in it. I'm not going to have it in longer than probably like 6 hours. But when you do them really tight rubber band ponytails and buns, all it does is cause breakage. It causes breakage where you put the gripping at, and it causes breakage in a bun when you snap your ends and pull them all types of ways. It's not good. It's not healthy. And I see a lot of clients come in, and I can tell what clients do buns and ponytails. And I'm like, you do a lot of buns and ponytails? Like, yeah, I can tell. Like, we got to stop that. We got to do the claw clips. You got to stretch your hair out, blow dry your hair so it's, you know, a little bit more manageable, and you can claw clip it up, or put it in some braids, put it in some plaits, put it in some twists. But a bun and a ponytail every single day in the same spot, you're just putting so much tension right there. Using this super tight, like, you know when you put a rubber band around your hand and it's too tight. Hopefully you guys can see me now. My freaking camera got too hot. But yeah, you know when you have something like so tight around your wrist, and then you get a mark, like you're doing the same thing basically to your hair. It's just too tight and it's just too much, and it can cause your hair to snap and break. And if you are a ponytail bandit, if you're a bun bandit, you are losing strands, losing length by the day. So I would say switch it up. I would say use satin scrunchies. I would say less tension. I would say do not sleep in your ponytails and or your buns. And I would say limit the buns, because you're doing like a double whammy. I know we love the Laura Harvey bun. I love a bun too. Like, a bun is so nice, so sleek, so sleek, like all face, like just love that. But it's not the best for your hair. And don't get me started on a wet bun. Please do not put your hair in a wet bun. Do not do that. Don't do that. It can stink and it can break even more because your hair is like super fragile when it's wet. So please, 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 no. Opt for a claw clip, satin scrunchie, loose ponytails. Third thing, I really hope you guys can't hear my AC, but it was hot in here. Third thing, I need you guys to know that you need to be moisturizing your hair. You need to be properly cleansing your hair. And when I say moisturizing, I'm not just saying slapping some grease or some oil on your hair, because that, don't get me started on that. Oil and water don't mix. So if your hair is dehydrated, if your hair is dry, it needs moisture. It needs water. It doesn't need oil, because oil is not a moisturizing, hydrating agent. There's no hydration in oil. Hydration is water, H2O, okay? So if you're sitting here slapping grease, slapping all types of oils all over your hair shaft before you sat there and properly cleansed it and clarified it off, so the real moisturizing shampoos and leave-ins and deep conditioners can really penetrate the hair shaft, you're blocking your hair from retaining moisture. You're blocking your hair from getting moisturized. And it's really hard to get all of that grease off when you keep doing it again and again and again and again, over and over and over. I can tell when clients come in and they've been overusing the Blue Magic and the oils. I'm like, do not, your hair, I can't even clean your hair. I cleaned your hair like 6 times with all my clarifying shampoos, but you have caked your hair shaft up so bad that it's not gonna really, it's never, and you know what's crazy? When you guys do that, you guys feel like my hair still feels dry. My hair still doesn't feel moisturized because it's not what you're supposed to be using. So I would stick to using a good clarifying shampoo, a good moisturizing shampoo, a good moisturizing deep conditioner, and a good moisturizing leave-in. If your hair is color treated, you might need other things, but for the most part, for natural people, that is like a good basic step, a good basic routine. Oils are the last thing to go on your hair. Oils are the very last thing, and not drenched. Properly cleansing your hair and your scalp more often than not would be better, especially if you feel like your hair needs it. Me personally, I go like 4 weeks, but my wash day is pretty intense, but I can go like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. It's not the end of the world. I have dry scalp, but that doesn't prevent your hair from growing. It just needs a little bit more TLC when it is time to clean it up, because your hair is still growing on the inside. Your hair being dry on the your skin being dry on the outside of your scalp. Depending on which kind of dry scalp you have, then sometimes it is like something that you need to go see a dermatologist for. But just imagine not washing your body for like 4 weeks. It wouldn't make sense for you to not have no type of flakes or nastiness on your body. So I do know that we go a while without washing our hair, but when you do wash your hair, make sure that you are using the proper hydrating shampoos. I like Joico, I like Mizani, I like Amika. I have her Design Essentials is really good, but do not think that you just need to use a bunch of more oil. Don't keep putting a bunch of grease and stuff in your hair. It makes it super hard to get off, and it doesn't help your hair. It doesn't help hydrate your hair. It doesn't help moisturize your hair. And moisture and hydrated properly hair will not break as easy as dull, dry hair. So yeah. Number 4, make sure you're sleeping with a satin bonnet. Not a satin, I lied. What? Number 4, make sure you're sleeping with a silk bonnet. 100% mulberry silk. I don't really like bonnets. I sleep with a silk pillowcase. I don't even really wrap my hair up. I just sleep. I just sleep. I like to sleep comfortably, but I know how to do my hair, so I don't be too caught up in wrapping it up. But I know that I have to have 100% mulberry silk pillowcase. Like, that's mandatory. It's good for your skin too. It's good for your face, and it's more breathable. And yeah, so if you are not using that, definitely switch to that. They have 100% mulberry silk bonnets online too, so definitely invest in that, because it will help your hair not. The regular pillowcases and the bonnets and all that, you're rubbing your hair so much when you sleep that it's causing more breakage if it's not slipping and sliding off that like jelly, okay? Or like it's some jello. Like it's jello. It needs to be slipping and sliding, okay? It don't need to be snagging and tugging while you're sleeping. That's just not good. 5th thing could definitely be internal. And like, if you do all those things that I just told you, those are all external, but internally, if you are low on vitamin D or low on iron, it's gonna still slow down your hair growth. You're not gonna have like good healthy hair follicles to produce good healthy hair. They may fall out and they may shed a lot more just because the hair follicles are not getting the nutrients that they need. They're not getting the blood flow that they need, and that is internal. And if internally not everything, but if internally things are wrong, I think that's the most important part people kind of don't think about or overlook. If internally things are wrong, your skin is going to break out. It's going to show in outward things. You might be tired, you might be fatigued, your hair, like these are all external factors based off internal things. And I think that you guys should be getting your labs checked if you have not ever. And if you know that you're low on vitamin D, you know that you're low on iron, do not go to your hairstylist and be like, well, I don't know, my hair's falling out. If you know and you have gotten tested and you have gotten prescribed and you have seen them vitals and you're like, well, I should be going back to taking my iron pills, I should be going back to taking my vitamin D, it's like, well, yeah, you absolutely should. Magic hair growth pills and like I don't know, Mary Ruths and stuff like that. I wouldn't say that they don't work. I've never tried them, but I don't know, I'm pretty sure that they could help. They could aid, but like you should absolutely be at the baseline if you can. If there's, you know, like if it's as simple as going and get it checked and then just getting prescribed something. I was low on vitamin D. I was like at a 14 and like out of like a 96 or something. So my doctor prescribed me vitamin D, and then I had to go get, she prescribed me vitamin D too, and I had to go get vitamin D3, I think. But I was low on vitamin D, and it is possible. I'm here in Washington, we don't get that much sun. So go get your vitals checked. I didn't even think I was, but I was like, you know, I honestly can't keep telling my clients this if I have not done it myself. So I did go do it, and I was low on vitamin D. So don't think that you couldn't be, don't think that you aren't. Just go do it, just check it, because it would be annoying to do all the steps. Like, okay, I threw this out, I'm using this product, and I got this pillowcase, and I spent all this money on this, and I stopped doing what I wanted to do with my hair. Now my hair's still not growing. It's like, well, it's actually internal too. Like, oh, so everything I did was for no reason? No, but that is kind of like the most important step. I feel like it's just it all goes together. It all goes together. But don't neglect that, please, because like I said, if you did everything externally, this hair, like, it doesn't do anything to itself. So if it's here, it's kind of more so on you to keep it. But also the hair from the follicles, the hair shedding and all that, if it's like this hair is good but it's just shedding a lot, why? And it could be medication, it could be postpartum, it could be illness, it could be other things, but you should definitely go get your vitals checked, because those are, like I said, baseline level things that you could fix. And even if you don't want to get prescribed something, there's dishes you can eat that will give you iron and vitamin D or whatever whatever vitamins that you're lacking in. Those are like the top 5 things I would say. The top 5. I feel like, so I would say trims is the number 1 culprit that I see, and then the vitamins. But I hope that this helped you guys. I hope that this informed you a little bit on some things. Your hair can grow to a healthy length. Your hair can be thick and full. And hold on, disclaimer, everybody's hair is different. Everybody was born with a certain amount of follicles on their head. That is something that you take up with you and your mama and your daddy, because that is not something we can change. That's just who you are. That is how God made you. So if your hair is not as thick or as full, and it is at its healthiest state, and it's still not as thick or as full as the next person's, that might just be the amount of hair that was able to be produced on top of your head. So that is another thing. But to have healthy hair, follow those 5 general steps, those 5 general rules, understanding those mistakes, drink your water. I hope that this helped you guys, and I hope that you guys learned some information. Download the guide. It is free, and it is at the tip of your fingers. I can't wait to teach you guys so much more, do some more hairstyles with you guys, and of course have the talks. If you're new here, hope to see you again. And if you are coming back, thank you. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with somebody that might need to hear about it, because we all want our hair long. I cut my hair, but girl, I'm trying to get it back long. I want my hair long. So yeah, I'm on this journey with you guys. And remember, most people don't have a hair growth problem. They have a hair retention problem. So focus on growing the hair you already have on your head. Focus on keeping that. When it comes, focus on nurturing it and keeping it and not neglecting it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.